Hi everyone, welcome to the second session of our series. I've called this one Walking the Ins and Outs of our day. For this one, I want you to do something before you get to the session itself. Okay, I want you to take a moment in here and visualize the kind of agenda that you have for today, the kind of a schedule that waits ahead of you. So what is it that you need to do today? Maybe you need to do some shopping or some chores around the house, maybe some gardening, maybe some work. Maybe you're working from home, or you need to physically go to work, or maybe you need to take care of some relatives or some friends. Whatever it is, just picture it in your mind. Just try and don't go into too much detail. You don't really need that. Just a general view of things will do it. And what I want you to do in here, once you have that kind of information, I want you to picture yourself doing those things already in this very moment, okay? As if you were there already doing that gardening or that work or that being close to that relative person or whatever it is. Just picture yourself in that particular situation with the kind of energy, with the kind of spirit and mindset that you think will be best for you, will help you the best, okay? And what we are going to try and do within the session is to build up some nice heat and nice energy that you can actually use for that purpose, okay? All throughout your day, wherever you feel that you are in one of the downs, as to say, of the day, and one of the outs of the day, you feel in need of some extra help, you can just grab some of that energy, bring it onto your mind, bring it onto your body, and carry on with your day, okay? So I hope that works fine for you, and I really hope that you will enjoy the session and the meditation after. I'll see you in a bit. Good, we're going to start the session by warming up our main joints as we would usually do. So I want you to stay seated in here, just comfortably, and we're going to start by warming up the wrists, just circling the wrists. Okay, you can do both at the same time, both directions. Nice. Now we're going with the ankles, okay? So you can just simply cross one leg on top of the other and draw these wide circles with this one foot, one direction. Just giving a bit of heat to the joints, okay? Getting them ready for the action. The other direction. Give it a wide switch. The other foot, one direction, and the other direction. Now we're going to pay a bit of attention, give a bit of love to the upper part of the body. So you circle your shoulders, nice and soft, okay? Careful with this area of your body because we tend to accumulate a lot of tension in here, like physical tension in the shape of knots. So I'm sure that some of you will know what I'm talking about. It's a very sensitive place of the body. Okay, so we go the other direction, we go back. Good. Nice and easy, we'll do it. And then we keep the shoulders as low, as down as possible, as relaxed as possible. And we're going to turn the head from side to side, as if we were saying no. Don't overdo it. Okay, just want to find a natural and safe range of motion that you can follow in here. The neck is a very delicate piece of your body, okay, so treat it accordingly. Try and keep your chin parallel to the floor so that you are not rocking up and down. And just one more. And we come back to center. We're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest so that we find a bit of a gentle stretch through the back of the neck. Just hold it in here a couple of seconds. And up we go. Okay, we're ready for the session. So I want you to stay seated closer to the edge of the chair in here so that we have this proper room in between our back and the back of the chair. Straighten up by tightening your abdominals. So you just squeeze your belly, nice and soft, nothing too dramatic, because I really want you to keep holding on to that engagement all throughout the session, okay? So just draw your belly button in a little, keep your shoulders down, feel that elongation through your spine. And you're going to bring your mental awareness down towards your pelvis, towards your hips. You can even use the help of your hands to physically help you gain that connection, make that connection. So you grab the top of your hips, your hip bones, and from here, whenever you feel ready, you're going to tilt your hips back and forth. And as you can see, I'm not hunching, okay? I'm not losing an inch of my length. I remain tall. So my pelvis is moving. I can feel that basically the lower back is following the movement by softly arching and then softly rounding, following the two different motions in my pelvis. But apart from that, I remain tall, spine remains long. Good, and you're facing front. And don't worry if you feel that the movement is somehow restricted for you, okay? That is natural, okay? It is kind of a restricted movement, not a very wide one. So just keep going, because I'm sure that it will get a bit deeper naturally, just in time, after a few seconds. And remember, keep your belly button in. Okay, keep moving. If you feel that you're already familiar with the movement, you feel comfortable in here, I'm going to ask you to inhale, so that's breathe in when you tilt your hips forward so that your chest is open here, your spine is arched. Inhale. And then you draw your belly button in, you tilt your hips back, and you exhale. So breathe into the front, open up your chest, and breathe out as you gently round your spine back. Inhale and exhale, and I want you to find that rhythm of your breath in a way that you can follow it with the movement and not the other way around. So if you feel that you're breathing really slowly, I'm happy with that. You can really move slowly in here. Good. Keep going, keep going. It's a beautiful one to release and restore energy from the pelvic area, from the second chakra, the kidney meridian. It's a very nice one to do if you're waking up tired in the morning, and also on a purely physical level if you're suffering from lower back pain. Okay, it's kind of giving you a nice massage. So we're going to continue with exactly the same movement, exactly the same breathing pattern, but what I want you to do in here, you're going to breathe in and you're going to open up, extending your arms to the sides, like getting ready for something, and that something is hugging yourself. As you breathe out, you round back your spine, you tuck your chin in here, and you hug yourself really, really tight with all the love that you deserve. Okay, so and you keep going. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, and keep moving. Find your own rhythm. And if you remember to do so, it's always funny to remember to switch the crossing of the arms. Okay, so one up one time, and next time that one arm will go down. So you give your brain also a bit of a nice teaser. Okay, good. Okay, just a couple more. Open up your range of motion as much as is safe for you. And the last one, and don't forget the movement from the pelvis. So we're going to keep moving the pelvis, but what I want you to do with your arms, always keeping in mind that you need to keep your shoulders safe. So careful with your range of motion in here. You're going to inhale, stretching the chest muscles in here and swinging your arms back. Good. And then you're going to exhale, slightly rounding back and kind of swinging the arms to the front, like this. Okay, so you inhale, swing your arms back, open up through your chest, shoulders down and back, and exhale, rounding back, drawing the navel point in, and swinging the arms to the front just a bit higher than the eye level. Good, exactly, exactly. Inhale, breathe in, open up, breathe out. Good. And just a couple more of these. Exhale, nice one, nice one. You're feeling the heat through your chest and your shoulders already? I am. It's a nice one. Good, and then you're going to just rest your hands on your thighs. You're going to straighten up through your spine again, relax your shoulders, make sure that they are in place. Give yourself a couple of deep breaths. just to get ready to move on in the session. Good. We're going to stand up in here, so do it in your own way. Keep the chair close by, so we're going to go for the warrior 3. I'm sure that some of you will remember this one. We're going to be balancing on one foot and then on the other. Okay, it's a bit of a challenging yoga asana, but we're going to do it through variations. Okay, so I will show you the different levels of it so that we can all enjoy a safe practice in here. So anyways, keep the chair close by because I'm sure that most of us will need to use it. If you're feeling quite confident at this point, you can stay a bit further from the chair, otherwise stay really close to it, you'll be okay. What I want you to do in here, you're going to start by choosing one of your feet. So I will choose my right foot. I'm going to ground that right foot on the floor, on the mat, so that I will grab my toes on the mat. I will push with my heel against the mat so that my foundations are really solid. Right knee comfortably straight, but not totally straight. Okay, just slightly soft, so that will allow my muscles to properly work. And what I'm going to do in here, I can always use the help of the wall as well. If I'm feeling a bit stable, I'm going to start swinging my left leg, my free leg, back and forth. Small tiny action to begin with, so that I do all the checking points in here. My abdominals are working. Your abdominals will be mainly the ones in charge of keeping the rest of your body still. Okay, if my abdominals are not working, I'm going to be like doing like that, wobbling like that, just following with the rest of the body, and I really don't want that. I want to keep, okay, my anchor leg solid, strong, and my upper body basically still. Okay, so you just swing your leg back and forth. Whenever you feel that you're ready, we're going to try and go to the warrior 3. Very powerful, beautiful yoga asana. So you're going to totally swing this left leg back, grab the chair in here, and there we go. Okay, so this is already a beautiful warrior 3. If you're ready to go one step further, you can keep going. You can lower your upper body maybe a bit down, maybe a bit deeper, and you can lift your left leg maybe a bit higher so that you get as close to the parallel to the floor as possible for you. But as I said before, you can totally stay up here with the back leg a bit lower, with the upper body a bit higher, grabbing onto the chair. Just 5 more seconds, breathing in and out. Good. And then what I want you to do, you're going to use this free foot, you're going to step forward with it. Open up as much as you can so that you get a nice triangle shape. The back foot can be slightly rotated to the side for your own comfort and safety, like this. Exactly. And then soften through both your knees just a little bit, because we'll be able to straighten them up a bit later. From the waist, keeping the hips as level to the front as possible, you're going to lower down your upper body. Good. Keep your legs in that triangle shape. Make sure that you are not rotated to the side. Okay, so remember, hip bones to the front and spine long. Okay, so no hunching in here. Keep it long, sort of sticking your tailbone up to the ceiling like an arrow. Okay, projecting your spine like an arrow to the front, towards the front. If you feel that you can safely do it, try and straighten up both your knees and maybe allow both your feet to stay pointing towards the front, towards the chair. And just holding here 5 more seconds, breathing in and out. Nice stretch, beautiful stretch. Nice, good. And from here we're going to come down to a full lunge if you're ready for that. Otherwise you can always use the chair and stay just a bit halfway like this. Okay, so you will bend your front knee and you will try and keep your back leg as straight as possible. You can do something like that. You can even go up and down, both knees soft. Okay, totally up to you. But if you feel ready, I'm going to ask you to go all the way down, back knee on the floor. Now you're going to start moving your pelvis around in here, pushing back and forth, just sort of playing around with the pose a little. Remember to keep breathing. Good. Just be creative, no rules. There's one only rule. Okay, just stay safe. down, good. Nice, see how that feels? And then up again in your own way, so you can come up from here. Nice. Bit of a shake, couple of deep breaths. We'll do exactly the same thing with the other leg. Okay, so we're going to come back to neutral, find the other foot, my left foot in my case, ground that one because that is going to be my anchor. Activate my abdominals and we'll start with the swinging of the free leg back and forth. Reconnect to your breath, that's always paramount. Good. Resettle yourself. Exactly, nice one, keep moving, keep moving. And remember, try and keep the rest of your body as still as possible. Movement is one thing that you need to achieve. The control and the stillness of the rest of your body is another important thing that you also need to achieve. Good. Let's go to the warrior 3. When you're ready, remember your options, so you can go all the way to the warrior 3 using the assistance of the chair. So back leg, free leg, back, kind of a parallel to the ground, and upper body, again as straight, as long as possible, and also following that parallel line to the ground. Or you can stay a bit safer, like this. Okay, with your back leg a bit lower and your upper body a bit higher. 5 more seconds, a couple of deep breaths. And then step forward with your free foot. Draw that triangle shape with both your feet, with both your legs. And remember, for this first part of the movement, of the action, we can keep our knees just soft and then we'll try and straighten both up, okay? So follow me on this one. Level your hips towards the front and lower your upper body. You can always readjust in here. Lower your upper body. Stick your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Make sure that you're not dropping your head in here, okay? Careful with that as well. You want to keep that long line with your spine, including your neck. Drawing your belly button in to help you sustain the upper body. Try and straighten both your knees already and try and unrotate your back foot so that both your feet are following the same line. They are both pointing towards the front. And if you're doing like this, I'm sure that you're feeling the stretch through the back of your front leg already. It's a very nice one for the sciatic nerve. And down we go to the lunge. Okay, remember your options. You can go halfway, just playing around, up and down, bending and straightening your front knee, using again the assistance of the chair. Or you can try and go all the way down to the mat, giving yourself some proper space, and just play around in here. Okay, and just swinging your hips, your pelvis, side to side, pushing them back and forth. Nothing fancy in here. Okay, just moving, exploring, observing. Nice. It's a nice one for the second chakra. Good. And a beautiful one for the lower back as well. And up we go again. Use the help of the chair. Up. Back to center. We're going to give ourselves a nice shaking in here. So shake it out, shake it out. Arms, legs. Good. Shoulders. Reconnect to your breath. Breathe a bit deeper now. Good. So I'll see you in a few seconds for the breathing relaxation that we have coming. So welcome to this space for meditation that we're going to create in here. Stay comfortable, so dedicate a few seconds to make sure that you're really comfortable. Ideally, you're going to be either seated or standing, but with your upper body straight, okay? So with your spine long and elongated and straight. So I don't want you to be hunching in there, even though I know that this may feel a bit more comfy sometimes, but I really do want you to keep some kind of consciousness, awareness in your abdominals, and they will help you keep your upper body straight, okay? So if you need to sit on a chair, that's fine. On the floor with the legs stretched out, that is totally fine. Standing up, even laying down can be an option, okay? But ideally, just sit up straight. Okay, so take a moment for that. Good. We're going to practice a mindful breathing technique. We're going to start off with the easiest, the most straightforward of them, okay? Which is actually simply just to pay attention to the breath. So we're going to stay in here, make sure that our shoulders are relaxed, just resting the hands on the knees, on the thighs. Feel free to close your eyes if that works for you, and allow my voice to guide you throughout the meditation. So first of all, stay aware of the way that you're breathing, right here, right now. So for the first few seconds, I don't really want you to change anything, not even to overanalyze anything. Just observe, simply observe. What's going on with your breath right now? Are you breathing in and out through your nostrils? Are you maybe exhaling through your mouth? Or maybe even it feels more natural right now for your body to inhale and exhale through your mouth. So if that is the case for you, I'm going to ask you to just nice and gently try and bring it up towards your nose. Try and open up both your nostrils and see whether you can get to breathe in and out through your nostrils, okay? If that doesn't work for you, don't worry, just do whatever is best and more natural for you. But that is our last goal, okay? So just try and work towards that. So observe the pattern of your breath. Is it regular, irregular? Are you taking long inhales, long exhales? Or maybe somehow it feels a bit cut off in there, like a little broken. Is your breath coming from your chest? Is it coming from down, from the belly, from maybe somewhere in between? Observe. You can even observe the temperature of the air as it comes in, as it goes out, especially if you're breathing in and out through your nostrils. That's a beautiful sensation to observe and to feel. So just try and gather as much your breath in the way that you're breathing during these first few seconds of the exercise. And stay in there, just keep working on it. Whenever you feel that you're ready, I'm going to ask you to try and open up your breath a bit more, okay, so that you take longer inhales and longer exhales. So you can practice that for a few times on your own. In this particular exercise, breathing exercise that we're going to practice in here together, is a 4-step breathing exercise, okay? So what we're going to do in here is take a long inhale, then we will hold the breath in, then we will take an equally long exhale, and then we will hold the air out, okay? We're going to choose a number, whatever number that comes natural for you. It can be any number, it can be 3, 4, or 5, because you will be able to adjust the speed that you're mentally counting that number, okay? So for example, let me say that I'm going to take 5, so I'm going to inhale 3, 4, 5. I will hold my breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will exhale in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold out for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and as I said, if you need to go a bit faster, maybe at least in the beginning, go for that. Okay, so try and work on that with me. So inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. You're working with the same number and you try to match every one of these 4 steps. Okay, so that is the important thing. The same length. So you inhale, as you hold, as you exhale, and as you hold. Okay, so I will leave you to that because you really need to find your own pattern. Okay, stay comfortable, feel free to readjust, close your eyes. I'm going to be right here. Okay, don't worry about that. And create your personal breathing technique exercise. Keep going. If at some point somehow you feel that you're losing your rhythm, that you're breaking the rhythm up, don't worry about that. That happens, okay, that happens. Try to stay connected, be kind to yourself, and just keep going, keep going. And if you need to stop for a while and take just a few deep breaths, you can do that as well, okay? It needs to feel natural for you. Keep going. And we are nearly there. If you feel confident, if you're feeling good so far, I'm going to ask you to try and bring your breath a bit lower towards your belly. Okay, so if you're feeling it up in your chest, try and use the conscious movement of your belly. Inhale, expand your belly, your belly button out, and then you hold. And then to exhale, you consciously draw your belly button in to de-inflate. Okay, de-inflate. And then you hold. Okay, so work with your belly, okay, using the belly in and the belly out. Keep working on that. And we're going to do the last one together. So get ready for this one. You're going to deeply inhale with your mental counting. Hold it. exhale, and hold it. And from here, just breathe naturally in and out. Just breathe naturally and dedicate a few seconds to observe the way that you're breathing right here, right now, after the meditation, after the breathing technique. Just observe. Are there any changes in between now and when you started? Maybe there are a few changes. Maybe your breath is a bit more open, maybe it's a bit wider. Just observe and keep breathing. Good, fantastic. So that was it. I really hope that you enjoyed the physical part of this session and this sweet breathing technique, and I'll see you soon for the next session. Bye bye, thank you.